Hi there, welcome back to the channel, and I hope you saw my last video all about the new web app that's available on cars like this, the first generation Skoda Enyaq. If you saw my video, you'll know that Skoda released that while I was away down in Manchester, hundreds of miles away from my neighbour's car. So the reason that Skoda told me about that was that the car I'm sitting in now, my neighbour's car, is a first generation Enyaq, and he has been testing that app for them. We actually did a video of it before, but the app just wasn't working at all. The beta version that we had, well, it was working, but it was not working in a fit state for release to the public, and so it wasn't really something that was worth making a video about. It just wasn't ready for production. However, the app that we've got now, fantastic. It's doing exactly what it should do, and Skoda have taken all that input from all the beta testers and used it, and we've got a cracking functioning app. Why is this exciting? Well, the reason that the app has come is not because Volkswagen, who normally develop all the software via Cariad, or even Skoda themselves came up with this idea. They asked a bunch of us who are Enyaq owners who went over to Mladá Boleslav in the Czech Republic last September, and we had workshops with the battery team, with the software team, and they asked us about things that would make a difference to Enyaq drivers, Enyaq owners like you, like me. And one of the things that one of our number came up with, so it was one of us, came up with the idea of a battery temperature gauge. So if we can't get battery preheating and preconditioning on the cars, at least give the driver the ability to see what the temperature is, and so they'll know before they get to rapid charger whether or not it's going to charge fast. And if the battery's too cold, and it will show you, and I'll show you in a second exactly how it displays that, then the driver can at least try and do something about it. If you're on a long journey and you're in a first generation Enyaq like this, two ways you can heat your battery up. First of all, yo-yo driving. This is all right if you're on your own, but if you've got people in the car with you, I really wouldn't do it. You accelerate really hard, you put the car in B mode, and then you take your foot off the throttle, and it will regen and do max regen. And you repeat that until you can see the battery temperature coming up, because that regen will heat the battery up. Now, why is that not a good idea with passengers? Well, to be honest, if you've ever done it, violently accelerating and then braking really hard, will be really upsetting. It'll be really annoying for other road users, so you have to do it on a clear road, but also it'll actually make you feel pretty sick. It'll give you that sort of car sickness or motion sickness. If you're the driver, you're in a bit more control, so you're not quite as prone to it, or at least I'm not. But if I'm a passenger in that situation, it's pretty nauseating, so that's not an ideal way. The other thing you could do, if you were, for example, on a trip like I've just done down to Manchester, then you could go and you could do a rapid charge for maybe 10 minutes before you really get on your way. Just put some DC rapid charging into the car and then carry on your way. Don't fill it all full up. And then that will put some heat into the battery, and then you can actually keep an eye on things, and you can try and arrive at your destination of your next charger where you really want to do a proper full charge. Then you can actually arrive there with a better chance of having a hot battery. Sadly, those are the only two ways at the moment. Skoda do tell us they're trying to work on that. Up until now, there's been a lot of skepticism in the Škoda EV Lounge group on Facebook. There's a lot of frustration, and I understand why. And the first generation Enyaq owners basically have been accusing those of us who were in the Czech Republic and knew this was coming. They told us that we were lying, that we had sold out to Skoda, we were in their pockets, I've even been accused of having been paid by Skoda. I'm not paid by Skoda. I have no particular insights. I'm not on the payroll. I'm not in their pockets. I just think their products are great, and I'm quite happy to try and help out those who are either owning them or who are interested in buying them. That's it. So this is fantastic, because this is a car company taking on board feedback from its customers, responding to it and delivering what was asked for. I don't really know of many other companies that are doing that. If you do, fair play, then let me know in the comments below and we can discuss it. But I'm certainly not aware of this. And to be honest, I think Volkswagen Group could learn from what Skoda have done here. This is what you should do if you want to keep in with your customers and have a great customer relationship. Listen to what they say and deliver on it. Deliver solutions. Fantastic. Well done to everyone in the software team in Mlada Boleslav, everyone who's been concerned with this. It's a big help. And it will give a lot of hope to people who've got cars which are, to be honest, maybe only 2 years old now, 3 years old, maybe 4 years old. But that's not really old, is it? So to feel that the car hasn't been just abandoned and it's not completely obsolete, that is really going to be heartening for those people. I'm all right. I've moved on to a 2024 model, so this isn't an issue for me. But I get it why, if you've got an older car, you can be pretty upset. And it's not even that old. I mean, a car that's just over a year old could have the older software and lack that preconditioning. So this is really, really good news. Now, what does it look like? I'm going to spin the camera around and I'm going to show you. All right, here we are. So what you do is you go into the well, what do you call this? Just the main screen, the home screen. So this is where this car loads up. It's got version 3.7 software. You go in here and you scroll across. You've normally got two screens. Now there's a third one, and actually here's a little bug here. The dots at the bottom show their screen 1, their screen 2, but actually what it doesn't show you is, well, there's a third screen, and over here is the battery temperature app. And when you go into there, it refreshes. I think it's every 5 minutes, but I've seen it while I was filming the intro to this refresh here. So it's now saying it was updated 9 minutes ago. I don't think that is necessarily correct. So the outside temperature here is 12 degrees. This car was last driven, I think, about 3.5 hours ago, around about 5 o'clock, maybe slightly more. And as you can see, the battery is warmer than the ambient temperature. It's not been driven far, it's only been driven locally, and even at that, it's 15.5 degrees. Okay, so is that warm enough? No, it's not. It's still cold. But you don't really need to know this exact number here. To be honest, if you see it, and I have seen it on this car in the beta version, when it was up here, I think we charged for about 10-15 minutes on an ultra rapid charger, a 150 kilowatt charger, and it was back up here. I think it was about 29 degrees. So when it is in the correct zone, it'll go up onto the green zone there, and that's really all you need to know. Will it help this car? Well, unfortunately, not on this one. My neighbour, although he's been beta testing the app, he doesn't have the enhanced rapid charging. This car has only got 50 kilowatt charging, so it's probably nice to know if it's a really, really cold winter. Maybe we're down at, I think we saw -12 here in December. So if we're back in those weather temperatures, then yeah, even 50 kilowatt charging might be pushing it. So this would be quite a useful aid for that sort of scenario. But for him, most of the time, this is just going to be academic interest. And that's what you see, measuring current battery temperature. Yep, and obviously we're not driving anywhere. There's nothing really changing, so that is staying pretty much as it was. But if you're driving along, this will continually update. And if you're heading for a rapid charger, then that would be great information to have. What you can't do though is you can't see on screen this and anything else like the sat nav, for example. Okay, I'm told by Skoda this was the only way they could actually implement this. There was no other way, with the limitations of the MEB software, that they were able to do this, but a fantastic feature nonetheless. So as I say, fantastic news. I think it really does show that Skoda were not lying. Those of us who were there talking to them were not lying. We've not been bought off. We're not in anyone's pockets. We were representing what Skoda owners were saying. That's what they asked us to do. And the company asked us to tell us what are the bad parts about being one of our customers. And we gave them some really honest, open feedback. And this was one of the things that one of the guys in the group asked, and they have delivered. Well done, everyone concerned, and thank you very much. Or as they say in Mlada Boleslav, dziękuję. So my next video I'm going to do is a video I made on my trip to Manchester and back in the last couple of days, and I'm going to make that a mini review after 10 months with the Enyaq 85. What do I think of it? What do I like? What do I not like? You'll be glad to hear it's not all saying it's fantastic, it's not all positive. There are things I don't like about the car, but I will admit the list of likes is longer than the dislikes. But hopefully that'll be of interest, and I will see you in that video very soon.